Welcome to Cambridge House Live. I'm Bridgitte Anderson at the Canadian Investor Conference, Vancouver, and I am joined by Jayant Bhandari, who is a senior analyst with Anarco Capitalist. Nice to see you again.
I'm very glad to be here again, Bridgitte.
Now, you have just returned from India, where you were there for the elections that were just held very recently. Very significant elections. The Prime Minister is Narendra Modi. And so tell me a little bit about his background and what the impact of this election will be on the country.
It's always wrong to expect too much from politicians. And the market is expecting a lot from politicians. Indian stock market has gone to its highest ever level in the last 2-3 months. Indian currency has improved by 10 or 15%, which tells me that we should be shorting Indian currency and should be shorting the Indian stock market. And the reason is that people are expecting Modi to be a magic wand which can change the country. Now, one expecting anything from politicians or expecting any one person to change a country of 1.25 billion people is expecting too much, in my opinion.
There's no question the expectations are huge. A lot of analysts are saying this is the most significant election in decades. So what realistically can investors expect from the Modi government then?
The expectation is that the last 8 or 10 years of Congress government was a very indecisive and weak government. And the people are now expecting that Modi would be a very strong personality who will be able to take decisions very quickly. And I don't agree with that at all. There are so much of entrenched interests in that country that getting rid of those entrenched interests is not going to be easy. There's corruption and bureaucracy from top to the bottom in that country. As I said the last time, I have never met an Indian bureaucrat who does not want a bribe. So how do you get rid of such entrenched interest? Now, this is expecting that Modi is a good guy, but Modi is not a good guy in my view. He's a Hindu fanatic who was responsible for a massacre of, or at least allegedly responsible for massacre of over 1,000 Muslims in the province of Gujarat, which he was ruling until last week. Now, Gujarat is an entrepreneurial place which would have done well even without him. But he has been able to claim credit for all that has happened in Gujarat over the last 10 years.
So some of that political tension will remain, obviously, because of some of these allegations. But when you look at it from the investor's point of view, lots of people are saying that that Prime Minister Modi will be able to move things along faster and that there will be more development. He'll be reaching out more to youth. There'll be more opportunities and he'll help to eradicate some of the poverty. Do you think those expectations are realistic? In my experience, India has done best when the government was weak. So this will be actually a very strong government because this is the first time India has had a majority government of the ruling party in the last 20, 25, 30 years. So this will be a very strong government, but whether they will be able to do good things out of it or would they be creating more nuclear power race, I don't know. Because this is the same party which developed the nuclear bomb for India, which has had not a good effect on the politics of that region. So do you expect the Prime Minister's approach to nuclear energy then being quite consistent with India's approach in the past?
I think he will. Nuclear aspect is not my major problem. Today's problem is that he has been supported by Hindu fanatical elements and he has to cater to the demands of the fanatics, even if he were not a fanatic, which he is in my view, but he has to cater to that demand. And Hindu fanaticism does not have to be much better than Islamic fanaticism. Fanaticism is fanaticism, and that will start surfacing in a few weeks' time, in my view.
So maybe the expectations are a little too high. When you look at the outcome of the elections then, has there been any kind of impact or correlation to gold prices?
Gold was trading in India at a premium of 24% until 2 weeks back. Today, it's trading at a premium of 14%. At the same time, Indian currency has improved by about 4 or 5% in the last few days. The effect has been that the price, the rupee price that I can buy gold in Indian market today is about 12 or 13% lower than what it was 2 weeks back. So gold price has fallen a lot. Indians are expecting that this 14% premium will eventually vanish because Modi's party has a strong support from gold traders.
Well, how much does seasonality play a role then in gold prices? Because the wedding season in India obviously is a big factor.
Right, so this is the wedding season, so people have to buy gold even though the premium is about 14%. It has fallen from 24 to 14%, but I think the market quite rationally is expecting gold premium to fall even further, particularly given the expectation that Modi will remove import restriction on gold. So I would expect gold price to fall by about 10% going forward within the next few months.
Okay, well, we'll keep an eye on that. You have also been watching the luxury market. So what are you seeing there?
So
The luxury market, you're saying that you're still seeing a fair amount of strong demand?
for the gold?
Yes.
People, as I say, rational investors want to invest in gold.
Yes.
The market has been very busy for gold and silver, and particularly for silver in India. And people want to invest in gold and silver, but a lot of people are waiting for these prices to come down over the next few weeks. They are expecting the laws to get changed so that they pay a lower premium to buy these commodities.
Now, besides your trip to India, you do a lot of travel around the world. So one of the buyers, for one of the major buyers of Indian gold is China, in fact. And so are you seeing the demand changing there, or is that demand going to stay strong?
Well, I don't have the numbers with me, but I do travel a lot in China and in Hong Kong. And I have never seen a jewelry shop or a gold trading shop not packed with people. So those people are truly keen on buying a lot of gold and silver, I think.
And what are some of the other trends that you're seeing then when you look at some of the other markets that you travel to, Hong Kong or China or India? What else should investors be aware of?
Well, I am personally very optimistic about China and Hong Kong and the rest of Asia. Excluding for India, I think India has a lot of problems coming.
You see that as a long-term situation.
I think India has not sorted out its fundamental problems. But apart from that, if you look at China and Hong Kong and Singapore, these are truly good economies. And people complain a lot about empty houses in China. But go out in Vancouver at 9 o'clock in the evening and you will see about 10 or 15% apartments in Vancouver that are empty. Empty housing and empty apartments is a trend all over the world.
That's because there are those high net worth individuals looking for safe havens for their money.
Everywhere in the world, not just in China. So, but if Chinese do something strange, it looks strange. If North Americans do something crazy, it does not look crazy to a lot of people.
Okay, well, we'll leave the conversation there for today. Thanks very much, Jayant.
Thank you very much for having me, Bridgitte.